next to go? Yeah, who's next to go? I check the line. Who's next to go?
Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube.
You want it?
Get the hell off of her right now.
Johnny, punch her in her fucking face. Come on, man. Punch her in her face.
Oh,
Come on, get some Johnny.
this is white trash at its finest. He's punching her. I don't know. It's gonna take a woman to get behind do it.
I think the one that got Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Have you ever seen anything like it in your life? How the hell are you doing? What a goddamn ruckus. Two moms going at it at the goddamn grocery store. One right in front of her kid, and the kid even gets in and helps the mom. He's sitting there encouraging her. He's sitting there giving a couple of leg kicks. He grabbed, I don't know what he grabbed off the shelf, started beating the other mom on the ground. What kind of society are we living in 2023? Wow, Woo! How the hell are you? It's Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Make sure you go check it out. Follow all the things on the social media. You know, support me, help me out, and especially go to YouTube. Hit Trippin With Bondzee, subscribe, hit the bell, all that, and listen. You'll never go without a laugh. That's for sure. Listen, we're at episode 243. Trippin With Bondzee. Make sure you go subscribe and listen. We're just here for a good time. All right. What else? Listen, we were supposed to have tonight. I just noticed I say the word listen over and over and over. It just dawned on me right now. I don't know if I've been doing this forever and ever or what, but listen. I'm not going to say that goddamn word anymore. At least I'll try my best. I don't know if that's a bad habit I picked up somewhere along the way, but we're going to kick it right out the door. Right on. All right. Trippin With Bondzee, YouTube. Great show lined up for you. We were supposed to have Billy Pettinger on, a.k.a. Billy the Kid. Amazing Canadian musical talent. She's such a beautiful... She could play any instrument, quite frankly. She got a beautiful voice, and she kicks ass. She's open for Our Lady Peace. She's open for Rain Maida and Chantal Kreviazek. The Moon versus Sun. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it's Rain Maida, the lead singer of Our Lady Peace. If you don't know who they are, just stop watching the show. Well, I shouldn't say that because I got a lot of people watching from all over. So anyways, if you don't know who Our Lady Peace is, go check them out on YouTube. Absolutely amazing Canadian band. Been around a long time. And the lead singer married famous Canadian piano player, singer, songwriter. She's written huge songs for like the likes of, well, what's that? The girl going around right now. Everybody's in love with her. Taylor Swift, the old Swifties or whatever they call them. She's written songs for her. She's written songs for so many amazing American artists, and Chantal Kreviazek is no joke herself. As a singer and a piano player, you got to check her out. So anyways, that's where that all comes from. Listen, I'm excited. I'm shot out of a cannon here today. Had a great day. I got 2 hockey games going on right now. I don't know if you can tell by the glare of my glasses. I got all the things turned down, the lights on the screens, but I got the big screen TV in the background about 5 feet away with the Boston Bruins playing the Florida Panthers. Game 2. NHL playoffs, it's happening, folks. It's real. The Panthers are up 1-0 right now. And then on this other screen that I got going on, we got 2-2. Islanders just tied it up. So basically, this is what I'm looking at. I'll give you a glimpse. So we got the computer with the words, and not so much the words, just the layout of the show, what to talk about, blah, blah, blah. And you got the Islanders game, and then you got the direct screen in front of me, and then you got the Bruins Panthers game in the background. Love it. It's NHL hockey season, folks. You know, It's what you do. It's what you do for the love of hockey. You have them playing on every screen you can. Listen, speaking of hockey, before I get to it, but I do want to, yes, I am wearing my Toronto Maple Leafs scarf. Yes, we got absolutely dusted and embarrassed last night. I'll get to that in a second. But first, I just want to tell you, yes, we were supposed to have Billy. I mentioned that. She'll be coming on next week. She took ill this afternoon. I spoke to her this morning. Everything was sort of tickety-boo. And then she's like, I knew she wasn't feeling great. But then I gave her the option. I'm like, listen, do you want to just do it next week? Because nobody really wants to come on when they're not feeling great. And I want the best of, Big Mouth. We'll get to it in a minute, Buster. I promise. And I'm going to get right into it, Chopper. But thanks for busting my balls right out of the gate. But listen, Billy will join us next week. You guys are going to love her. And she's got a brand new video out too. So it'll work out even better. I promise you. We also got some great guests, as mentioned. We got Feral Minx, a great band out of Kitchener. They're going to join us the first week of May when they drop their brand new video and single as well. Paul Langlois from the Tragically Hip. You might have heard of them. They're coming on. He's coming on beginning of June. Or is it mid-June? One of those two. Anyways, not June, May. Sorry. Which literally is around the corner, like less than a month away, okay? So it won't be too long before we got some really awesome musical talent, Canadian musical talent on the Bonzarelli show right here, Trippin With Bondzee. So can't wait to talk to Paul Langlois. That's going to be a trip for sure. And also, you got to check Guillaume Berdeur. I know I've talked about him a bunch. He's going to be coming on the show soon, I promise. But he's back up in the Yukon mining gold as he's done forever. And I don't know if you've ever checked out the show Yukon Gold. You got to go check it out. Listen, I've known these guys. There's two of them on the show that I know. I met them in Nicaragua in 2017. And when I met them, I had no idea that they were huge stars. And they really are. They would come to my bar on the ocean, especially Matt, but Guillaume would too. But Guillaume was more busy with family, and he wouldn't come as frequently. But listen, I had them both in my bars, and I had 0.0 clue that they were from this famous TV show, Yukon Gold, which 8 seasons, and I started watching it last night. After work. I worked pretty late last night. Well, up until the Leafs game and about 10 minutes into the Leafs game. And then what a debacle that was. Coming up shortly, we'll talk about that. But Guillaume Berdeur, I started watching Yukon Gold, and he's like I just spit all over my microphone. I'm very saliva-y. Saliva-y? Is that a word? How do you say like I've got copious amounts of saliva in my mouth. How about that? Almost choked on my water. Good for you, Bonds. Anyways, watched Yukon Gold last night. 3 episodes. I cannot believe the madness that goes on in owning your own mining golding company thingy diggy up in Yukon. If something could go wrong, it's going to go wrong. And then the things that you didn't even think would go wrong, they're going to go wrong too. It's a pretty good thing this old prospering or digging for gold is pretty prosperous because, my God, the amount of fucking shit that these guys put up with is astronomical. Anyways, I was fascinated by it. I stayed up late watching 3 episodes of it, and I'm captivated. And I think you guys will be too if you haven't seen it. And maybe you have, because I was always wondering why guys were coming up and getting these pictures. And then I obviously I asked, and it turns out these guys are famous from the show Yukon Gold. And apparently the show over in Asia and stuff is even bigger than it is in North America. And he couldn't go out. Guillaume couldn't go over to that part of the world without bodyguards and stuff because apparently they just eat up the old gold digging shows. Who knew? I knew it was around forever. I'd heard of it. I just never watched it. I'm a sports guy. As you know, I got 2 games going on. Oh, Boston tied up. It's 1-1 Florida. 1-1. They tied Florida second period, 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. And then Islanders, Carolina are still tied at 2 in the third period. All right, let's go. Leafs. I know. Okay? I know. Come at me. I know I predicted the Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers to go tete-a-tete in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yes, I am well aware they both lost the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals of the first round. But that's why it's a 7-game series. That's why they play all the games until one wins 4. First 1 to 4 wins, if you didn't know. And it's one game. It's one game. It's not a big deal. Yes, minor panic mode, but it's just the same. Like, I'm just wondering, like, why, oh, why, oh, why? Like, I was so excited yesterday. First round of the playoffs, we had another amazing season as a Toronto Maple Leafs team. We fucking blew it last year against the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 7. As per usual, come out, have a banger of a season. First game of the playoffs, so excited. Got my Leafs hoodie on. I bragged about them. I did like crazy on Monday Night Show. And then they come out last night and are losing 3-0 after the first period. And you know what? To be honest, I wasn't even that shocked. I wasn't, because they're like, here we go again. Yes, there's the Toronto Maple Leafs of the regular season, and by golly gee, they've been pretty good, haven't they? And then there's this team called the Toronto Maple Leafs Playoff Edition. Horrid, horrendous, disgusting, dog shit. I could go on, but you get the point. I don't understand it. Millions of Leaf fans around the world don't understand it. We dusted the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-2. The second to last game of the season. We won handily, scored goal after goal after goal. We didn't even have our A squad. Tampa did. Playoffs are a different breed, aren't they? Listen, we made a minor attempt at a comeback in the second period to sort of bring us back and reel us back in. Oh, let's get the suckers back in. Let them think we got a chance. And then bunting. Or should I say Kadri? Because it sure as hell looked like a la Kadri out there last night when Bunting decided to be the biggest idiot in the entire world and throws an elbow that is completely unnecessary, has no impact on anything that would have happened in that play. I'll tell you what happened. 5-minute major after checking in with old headquarters in downtown Toronto, just down the street. You got mouthbox. Here's what bugs me about Bunting. I love the guy. I do. I love his passion. He plays like a Darcy Tucker. He thinks he's as tough as Domi. He's not. But he also plays like and acts like a Kadri who was detrimental to the Toronto Maple Leafs. And look, it came out and bit us in the ass last night. Bunting done fucked up, and he cost us a 5-minute major. Tampa comes out and scores 2 goals. Not a big deal to completely erase any thought of a comeback that the Toronto Maple Leafs fans thought we had any chance of. That's out the window. And then 3 games sussy. 3 games is a little heavy for an elbow to the head. Yes, I understand that. What's his name? Vecna. I read like 4 scripts today about Stranger Things for my actual real job, but so I had Vecna in my head. But what the hell's his name? I got it written down here. I'm behind in my notes because I write it all out or sort of half write it out and make point forms, and then I remember it. It's the way to do it, folks. Anyways, I'm trying to find it here. Oh, Cernak gets a complete wallop to the face sort of head. Yeah, it wasn't good. I'm not down with it. I thought Hundo P, 1 game sussy for sure. That's it. Move on. Bunting, you're a bad boy. Come back for game 3. This game is going to have to go 5 before old Bunting comes back. And then do you put him back in the lineup and trust him again? I don't know, man. Guy's a hothead. And I'm not sure if I trust him anymore. And do we need him? Maybe we throw this Knimes guy in, or whatever the hell his name is, who we brought up from Minnesota or wherever he came from in the NCAA. But listen, stupid play by Bunting. The Maple Leafs continue to upset and just make the first round of the playoffs a complete debacle. But yes, only game one. I have faith. I'm wearing my Leafs scarf tonight, and I believe that the Leafs will come back and still win it in 6. How about that? And listen, lest all you Oilers fans out there, and I know you're watching, some of you in Berta and stuff, and watch the show. How did you do in game one, by the way? You gave up 2, not 1, 2 2-goal leads, by the way. You let LA score right off the bat in the first minute in the third period. Mistake numero uno, and mistake dos, which was even worse, was letting them score with less than a minute to go in the third period when you were winning again. You blew it. Just like old Bonzarelli with the girl on the plane. Still no update, by the way, so there. Back to hockey. It doesn't matter about the girl on the plane. Because listen, I'm working on some other things. I don't just sit around here and work on one girl. I'll tell you about it later. We'll get to that. Edmonton Oilers, you blew it. You lost in overtime. You let LA in. You let them take game one. Listen, they did what you got to do. They kept McJesus off the scoreboard. That's a hell of a way to win a game. If you keep McJesus to a minimum, and especially 0 points, that's going to help you win games for sure. Anyways, I am rooting for the Oilers. I really am. There's only 3 teams, Canadian teams in the playoffs. I'm rooting for all 3. I'm rooting for Winnipeg. A great win by them last night. Hellebuck. Guy's a hell of a goalie, isn't he? It's literally what it came down to last night. Oh, speaking of that game, too, did you see? And I didn't have time. I was super busy today and got so many pictures and stories to work on. But I wish maybe next show I'll show it on Monday. But the buddy took the skate. The Winnipeg player took the skate to the face. I don't know if you saw the video or not. I didn't have time to grab it. I wish I did, honestly. But you literally, in slow motion, you can see Buddy's. So the goalie skate, there's a whole huge melee if you haven't seen it. I'll lay it out for you here real quick. Huge melee in the crease in Las Vegas's crease. The goalie is like flat out jellyfish on his belly, like just arms and legs everywhere. And his skate comes up under the Winnipeg player's mask, and you can literally see, folks, Buddy's skin just get sliced. It was more up here, and you could see like the huge flap, like hanging over the goalie's blade. Excuse me, not for the faint of heart for sure, but 75 stitches. Buddy goes in the dressing room, 75 zips, gets a cage on, comes back out. If I see another fucking soccer player roll around on the ground after getting a little clip, I'm going to personally fly over there and take care of business myself and drag those pansy asses off the field, because good for Buddy for getting 75 zippers, gets a cage on, and comes back out and plays in the game. That's what toughness and badass and hockey is all about. Playoff hockey at its finest. Don Cherry be proud. He sure would. Speaking of Don Cherry, I asked my dad this last night. It's like, talk about a guy who dropped off the face of the earth. Yeah, after he got fired from CBC and stuff, he had the podcast going, which is doing pretty well and stuff. Got huge ratings. He had his son helping him out. But you haven't heard a thing about Don Cherry. No podcast, no talk, no social media anymore whatsoever, which leads me to believe he's 92 years old, by the way. And I don't think he's probably in the best of health, because it went from social media central up here to 0.0 of hearing about Don Cherry. If anybody knows and can chime in, if you've heard anything, I'd love to know, because I'm a huge fan of Don Cherry. Had the pleasure of meeting him, and was one of the greatest days of my life for sure. All right. I think that's enough hockey talk. We wrapped up the 2 pretty important games in the Canadian series talk. Great win by Winnipeg in the end last night for sure. But yeah, what else? Oh, so tomorrow I'm super excited. I'm heading to Aurelia super early in the morning. It's my kids, going to see them. I haven't seen Brad. I haven't seen Ty since early January because he's been back and forth from LA. So he was out in LA. Then I went to Nicaragua. Brad was living in Toronto. He had his 21st birthday while I was gone. So we're all hooking up tomorrow and taking him out for lunch. We're going to do some celebrating for Brad's birthday. Got a bunch of cool gifts for him. And yeah, can't wait to see my boys for sure. Also, it's supposed to be well, it still is my buddy's 50th birthday this weekend. But old Foisey, the guy last week goes and trips over his dog in his living room, breaks 2 bones in his foot, not his feet, his foot. And turns out, I found out today he's got to have surgery tomorrow to fix said broken bones in his foot. So Godspeed to Foys. Listen, we were supposed to go golfing. There's that listen again. I'm going to smack me every time I say that now. I'm going to smack myself live in the air. But yeah, Foy's got to have surgery tomorrow. The poor guy in his foot. We were going golfing. It was too cold to go golfing. They're up north. It's still they still got some snow up there, I think, a little bit. Anyways, we were going to the simulator. Then we're going out for a nice dinner and then out on the town. Old 80 dressed up in 80 styles because my boy Foisey, if you know Foy's, he's Captain 80s and still lives in that era. Same haircut, same clothes, loves his polos. And yeah, it was going to be a great time. Anyways, not so much anymore because he is having surgery tomorrow. So all the best, bro. And we'll pop by and see you at least. We'll bring you some beers and smokes. Maybe watch a few minutes of Fast Times at Richmond High. Just like the old days. Right on. Anyways, I was supposed to be up there the whole weekend, like I said, but I think I'm going to come back pretty early unless old Bonzarelli, plain girl or nothing, I might have another date. I might have to get a hotel and hook up with my old neighbor. I haven't seen her in a long time. She was an awesome neighbor, and she's so cool. And so we might catch up and get a hotel room together and order in and watch some movies and just chill out. You know what I mean? Oh, Bonzarelli. Really? Anyway, stoked to see my boys for sure. It's been too long. Stoked to potentially have a date. Maybe get a little nookie. And for sure, looking forward to seeing my boy Foisey for sure up north. All right, let's get to it. I got some crazy stories to get to tonight. Where to start? Pizza delivery guy. Let's get to this one first because this is impressive. Folks, not all heroes wear capes. I know these pizza delivery guys ain't living the best of life. If you're delivering pizzas, you're either one of two things. You're a college student or you're really, really down on your luck. Make sure you pull up before you go. Listen, I don't know if never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Let's just stick with the pizza guy because this story is great. I don't know if you caught wind of this. High-speed chase going on in this neighborhood. Buddy literally walks up to the door. These ring things, I think I got to get one of these at my next place because it's got some nice range of motion, doesn't it? The old ring. Anyways, this ring camera catches the most amazing thing. One of the greatest videos I've seen in a long time. Pizza guy comes up to the door. Well, why don't I just play it and let you watch it for yourself and you can check it out because this is pretty goddamn impressive. Pizza guy, delivery boy comes up to deliver a pizza. And the next thing you know, he's a superhero. Check this out.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. You can hear
That's a high-speed chase.
Yes.
That's a high-speed chase.
That's a high-speed chase. No kidding.
Yeah, you better hit my fucking car, man.
Oh my God, Jaeger. Oh my God, Jaeger.
Check this out.
This is a high-speed
It gets better for sure. It's a little slow to start, but it's a big buildup. So Buddy must have crashed his car or whatever. Boom!
You don't give me.
Here we are in slow motion, a little closer
No.
up. Coming along. Big ball, just put the foot in. And Buddy goes ass over tea kettle, which allows the cops to be right there. I think the only thing better than this, and I'm going to play it again whilst I talk because you got to check it out. And, oh, did I just bugger it up? No. Let's see if I can play this again. All right, well, let's do it this way. Is it playing? There we go. Yeah, so check this out. Oh, but the volume's down because you got to hear it too. I think the only thing that would have been better, and watch this when he does stick his
Oh
foot
my
out.
God,
And
Jaeger. Oh my God, Jaeger.
I think pizza in hand, either a simple hip check or shoulder check or flying body tackle would have been pretty good too, I think. But he chose to go, I think, pizza everywhere with a flying body tackle into that car would have been awesome. White car, pizza everywhere. Anyways, good on Buddy. He absolutely killed it. Took down the perpetrator, who I don't know how that all works out. He's driving this way full tilt, crashes his car or gets it stuck or whatever, ends up running back towards the way all the cops are coming. Talk about stupid. Anyways, he certainly didn't see that pizza guy coming out of nowhere, did he? I love that video. That was super awesome. Speaking of awesome, this is the absolute opposite of awesome. And folks, I had a tough time dealing with this today. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it, but this story is so crazy. Because next week I'm going not in the same plane, but a plane similar without the passengers in the back. I'm just going in a 2-seater Cessna, but I want to be a pilot. I've made no secret of it. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to take care of these kidney stones so that I can get there. But this pilot, excuse me, South Africa, gets on the plane, thinks he's going on a routine flight. He's got like 6 passengers in the back. And listen, folks, all of a sudden, here's what he says. So I don't know how this guy didn't end up at the pearly gates talking to the big guy himself after he sees he's flying the plane 11,000 feet in the air, and he looks down. No, at first, before he looks down, he feels this weird sensation on his back, at the lower back, and then it starts to go up his back, and he's like, "Oh, that's sort of cold and wet and slithery." He's like, "Did I leave the lid off my water bottle, or what the hell's going on?" Anyways, unbeknownst to him, it's a goddamn Cape Cobra crawling up his back from underneath his seat while he's flying this plane 11,000 feet in the air. He looks down as the snake comes up one side of his back, goes down the other, out his shirt, down his leg, and under the seat. I got to take a deep breath here because I can see the picture in my peripheral vision. I know what I'm about to show you, and it still does not make me feel any better. And I struggle with this shit. This, that is what was underneath, or not underneath. That's what crawled out of his shirt. It was crawling up his goddamn back down out of his shirt and underneath his seat. I got to take that off because I can't deal. Anyways, this guy right here is a goddamn hero as far as I'm concerned, because, folks, if I was flying that plane, which I hope to one day, and this thing is coming out of my goddamn shirt and I felt it and figured it out that that's the cold and wet sensation slithering up my back one side and down the other, that thing, I would have had a heart attack. See, I'm stuttering. I'm so scared of these fucking snakes. I would have had a goddamn heart attack on the spot. I would have fallen forward, hit the thingy-mabobber. We would have went nosedive, crash to the ground, dead, all of us. Not this guy. Not Captain Cool here. This dude doesn't even flinch. He then decides whether, do I tell the people in the back of the plane and freak them out? He decides, yes, I got to tell them, because if he knew it was a Cape Cobra, which, by the way, if you don't know a Cape Cobra or what it is, it's a super venomous snake, popular down in the South African region it is. And if you get bit by this bastard right here, you will die within less than 30 minutes, hands down, if you do not get the proper care and the venom or the anti-venom or whatever. The anti-venom. When you're 11,000 feet in the air and this thing goes slithering to the back and maybe bites somebody, no, That's not happening. So Buddy, Captain Cool here, he decides I got to put this plane on the ground as fast as possible. So he calls in. He does tell the people in the back, he's like, folks, we got a bit of a situation here. Please do not panic. There's a Cape Cobra on board that we didn't expect. He just crawled up and down my back, and he's under my seat as far as I could tell. He said, his words, not mine, for the next minute, you could have heard a pin drop in that airplane. No doubt, because people are all just like going, what? Oh, you're looking at each other. What did he just say? You're sort of like processing it in your brain. Cape Cobra. I wouldn't even need to hear the word Cape. I just hear Cobra and go, okay, I'm going to die today. Anyways, if I was the pilot of that plane, they would have all died, including myself, because, yeah, I would have definitely had a heart attack. The craziest part about this story is the guy lands a plane safely. They get to the ground, emergency landing like 10 minutes later. They get out of the plane. They all scurry for safety because you wouldn't have seen my ass for dust. But they all get off, and then they bring this crew in, this snake crew or whatever. No sign of said snake. He's gone. They ripped the plane apart, according to the story. Seats out, ripped the panels off the walls, tore the engine apart. No snake. Now, you'd think, well, was the pilot maybe on some crazy sort of drugs or hallucinating or something? No, because here's why. The night before that plane took off to go on its trip, I keep seeing that fucking snake in my back. I got to move the pictures there. I'm going to have the worst nightmares about snakes tonight because I've talked about this all day in the promos. I've talked about it at verbatim tonight. And yeah, I'm doomed tonight because that is my fear. Like when it happens, when I see them this much and talk about it, especially at 9:33 at night, Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to bed within 2 hours, I'm fucked. Anyways, I might wet the bed tonight. I've never, I better rock on wood right now. Never wet the bed. But there's the first time for everything. Anyways, I don't know how this dude pulled it off. But anyways, oh yeah, the snake was seen under that plane the night before. And a couple of the plane workers who probably do not get paid enough to chase snakes away from underneath the airplane, especially when it's a fucking cobra. Just the look, like, I got it one more time. Like the look of the, you know how it like fans out and it's got that. I'm not really looking, but I can see it in my peripheral, which is enough. I just can't imagine like that whole flare up thing is like, because that's what, when I did ayahuasca, I went down like a cobra's mouth with the big flare out and the big fangs and stuff. Exactly the same thing as that. And I can't deal. This, I just can't. Anyways, they never found the snake on that plane. So here's what I would do if that was my plane. Blowtorch, match, gasoline, poof, see you later, bye. Anyways, God bless. The pilot was absolutely awarded some huge medal or whatever for his bravery and saving 10 people's lives on that plane. And he's like, oh, it's no big deal. Thinking, bro, no big deal. You'd have been going to 10 different funerals if Bonzarelli was captain in that plane because... And Sarge, bless her little heart today, she says, oh, Gregory Scott, I think if you were the pilot on that plane and that happened, I think you'd have been all right. I think the adrenaline would have kicked in and you would have saved those passengers. I just looked at her and said, Sarge, Mom, thanks for the, vote of confidence there, but you would have been coming to my funeral. You would have. Because, if I didn't die from a heart attack after the thing bit me 5 times when I screamed bloody murder when I saw it and scared the hell out of it and the passengers in the back, if I were to get to safety and escape the cockpit, I probably would have jumped out of the plane sans fucking parachute. If there was a parachute, I had to put it on, and the rest of them would have been dead. But yeah, that's my fear of those things, is definitely Not good. Chopper says, don't confuse your pecker for a king cobra tonight. Listen, I am not I'm not massively endowed by any means. But I don't have a button on a fur coat. Somewhere nicely in the middle. Listen, I'm not disappointed. And I have 3 testicles. So there's that. But listen, it ain't no king cobra, and I never, ever, ever want to come face to face with something that looks like that. Get it off the screen. All right. I lost the Carolina. I lost the Islanders game to technical difficulties on the one screen, and the other screen is in commercial. So let's move on. I got another crazy story for you. Imagine going to a fancy restaurant in London, England. Maybe you're there, you're on vacation, you're with your wife or your girlfriend or your mistress, who knows. Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. Chopper, baby king cobra. But listen, you're at a fancy restaurant, London, England, and then all of a sudden you watch this couple walk in with their toddler. Now listen, I'm all for bringing your toddlers to even a fancy restaurant if the thing is going to keep quiet. Keyword being quiet. Have a nice meal. I know not everybody can get a babysitter. I know not everybody trusts babysitters. So this couple brings a toddler to this fancy 4 or 5+ star restaurant in London, England, downtown Kensington, all fancy and stuff. I think I have a picture. Like, imagine going to a place like this, right? It looks nice. It's fancy. It's got nice lights. Looks nice from the outside. It's Casaria or Aria or however the hell you say it. The food, I've seen the menu. It is not cheap. The decor looks rather fancy. You're there for a nice Sunday lunch, brunch, if you will. And then you see a couple walk in with the toddler. But they ain't only with the toddler. They're with the toddler's potty. You say, come again, what now? I know. You're in a fancy restaurant like this. Once again, you're sitting there. You're maybe with your wife, your girlfriend, or your mistress. Maybe all 3. Who knows? Maybe it's your lucky Sunday. And then in walks this couple with their toddler, and it's Potty. Not only do they walk in with their toddler in the potty, but guess what? It's training time, and the kid says to mommy, Mommy, I got to go to potty. So what do? Instead of doing the proper thing, now, I shouldn't say proper. Let me choose my words a little more carefully. I don't think it's proper to bring a filthy, disgusting fucking potty thingy trainer bucket thing into a fancy restaurant like this. I just don't. Yes, mom might have cleaned it, give her old scrub with a little bit of Dove soap or whatever it may be. But there's still fecal matter and disgusting shit on that plastic potty that you just dragged into a 4+ 5-star restaurant in the middle of downtown London in Kensington. I wouldn't be too happy, believe me, you. But not only do you drag it in and the kid says he's got to go potty, then you proceed to not take it to the bathroom and do it in private. We're going to do it right at the table, right in the middle of the goddamn dining room right there. Now, listen, that looks like a pretty cozy little quaint place to me. And for some asshole couple to have the audacity to put the filthy, shitty, piss pot potty down for their little thing to do its business? Fuck is wrong with you? What happened in society where that's acceptable? I'd never seen anything like it. I've been working in the restaurant industry since I was a wee lad. And I just did last year for a brief stint for summer. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And if I did, I'd be as upset as the rest of the patrons were in said fancy restaurant in London downtown when you're going to pay. Everything on this menu is absolutely disgustingly priced. It's an Asian fancy restaurant, and you would expect to go there and have a lovely meal and a lovely service and not see some couple parade in with their toddler and his shitty potty and then use it right in the middle. Anyways, caused a ruckus, it did. Everybody complained. The restaurant tried to poo-poo it off. Pun intended. Yeah, dude, right? It would not be even acceptable in Taco Bell in North America. Though I've been to some Taco Bells off the I-95 from here to Florida, and maybe that would be acceptable. Especially after eating some of the slop that you get from Taco Bell. I digress from Taco Bell. Let's get back to the fancy restaurant where, I'm showing this picture one more time. It's a nice place. Look in the background. You got the Asian guy serving up the Asian fine cuisine that cost a pretty penny. Those lights and all the decor ain't cheap. You taking your date there. The bill ain't going to be cheap, but then you got to watch some 2-year-old take a shit in the middle of the goddamn restaurant? I say no. I'm all for like potty training. But either just maybe not at the restaurant at all. Because I'm not for bringing a shitty plastic potty thingy in the restaurant. I'm not. If you happen to, okay. But take it to the bathroom. Middle of the floor? In the middle of lunch? What gives you the right? Breastfeeding? I'm down. No problem. Anywhere, anytime. Ladies, mums, it's not a taboo thing, though it has been, and some people find it a taboo thing. I do not. Baby's hungry. You're breastfeeding. Feed the thing. It's all good. Letting your toddler shit in a plastic potty during training time, P is for potty. Not in the goddamn fancy restaurant, it ain't. By golly gee. Anyways, it didn't go over so well for the restaurant. People were pissed. The people that brought their thing still didn't get it. But it is what it is, man. I don't know what to say. It's 2023. Rules have changed since I was a kid and grew up, and it is what it is. I don't agree with it. It should be stopped. Hopefully that's a one-off. I don't really know. But that's enough of Brad the Kid taking a dump in the middle of a fancy restaurant in London, England. What else we got? Oh, I got 420 tomorrow. Snoop Dogg. It's happy 420 Eve, everybody. Snoop Dogg's favorite day of the entire world tomorrow. It's 420. Are you excited? I am. I shouldn't say that. Every day is fucking 420 for me. I love my marijuana. I do. It's really helped me in so many ways. It really has. It calms my ass down. And Sarge knows it. And my dad knows it. And they never used to be. But they finally get it. They see a difference, and I'm not going to say I'm going to sit here and smoke weed forever, though I've been doing it a long time. But if I make or get to go to flight school, it'll be sans marijuana, and I'll give it up. I'll give it up forever. I will. If I'm getting my pilot's license, if that pans out, definitely no more marijuana. Not even on days off. Never. It wouldn't be copacetic with me. I would have to go at being a pilot fully sober. No booze, no weed for sure. So anyways, but until that happens, I'm all for the 420, and God bless y'all. People celebrate this thing like it's goddamn Christmas. Massive gaggers out there definitely go around. Folks, lest you think that is photoshopped, it is not. That is real. And I haven't quite smoked a joint that big, but I've definitely smoked some massive daggers in my life on 420 and other days in between. But listen, 420's become not only a big thing with the stoners out there and the marijuana lovers and Snoop Dogg and the Bob Marleys, but our boy Elon Musk, everybody's favorite, maybe not so favorite billionaire. Is there a more hated billionaire on the planet? I don't think so. Elon Musk is a weird dude. Very weird dude. But he loves his marijuana and he smoked it. I got to give him credit. He went on the Joe Rogan podcast. He smoked a joint live on air, billionaire, smoking weed. He loves it. And he has found a way to incorporate. And I think he's doing this on purpose because he knows the people, the love that the marijuana community has and is out there. It's a huge community. And listen, it's becoming more and more acceptable worldwide daily. It's accepted all across Canada. It's legal. The United States is opening up to it more and more and more, and as is the world. It's a huge thing. Anyways, Musk gave everybody that has the old fancy blue check mark on Twitter. He's been using this for his businesses, and it's not just Twitter, it's the other ones, and I'll get into it. But tomorrow, if you're a blue checkmark person, and you don't pay up on 4/20/2023, bye-bye blue checkmark, says Elon Musk. Now, this has come under scrutiny big time. People are pissed at this guy. They're like, you're a fucking multi-billionaire, and you're going to start making people pay for blue check marks, dude, $10 a month. And if you're a corporation, I think it's $1,000 a month. Buddy, what gives? You don't need the fucking $10 per blue check mark. Why would you do that? I'm not an Elon Musk hater. I'm more of an Elon Musk on the fence kind of guy who thinks he's weird as hell, but love what he sort of gets up to. I mean, listen, you look at what he did with Tesla. It's an amazing car. Built it from the ground up. Now you got SpaceX. You got his satellite things up there that are working for people that otherwise wouldn't have great internet. Starlink or whatever. So listen, the guy's a goddamn genius. He's a moron. He's socially inept and completely stupid in society, but stupid he is not when it comes to money and when it comes to technology and the smarts of making it to a billionaire. I don't even hold a candle to that guy, not even remotely. But I love the way he incorporates 420 into a bunch of his stuff, and he does it because of the love of the drug he smoked himself, and I'm sure he smoked it his whole life. He still does. And listen, the blue check marks tomorrow. If you don't pay up your $10, buy blue check mark. But he's also going to be launching his rocket tomorrow, 420 special day, another rocket going up, testing for his eventual trip to Mars, which he wants to colonate. Maybe you can be the first person to grow weed on Mars. Who knows? Anyways, we'll see. The guy's a weirdo, but good on him for incorporating. He literally just finds a way to incorporate 420 into everything. There he is saying final date for removing legacy blue checks is 420. Dude, you're a moron. You are a social moron, and you don't know how to run Twitter that you paid a gazillion dollars for whatever reason, and now you're going to start charging people money for it? Get fucked, dude. Get fucked. But good on you for launching your stuff and your rockets on 420. And he says fate. It is what it is. We'll see how fate goes with those rockets. It might cost them millions and millions of dollars up the chute on 420. While the rest of us smoke rockets, he's going to be launching rockets up into space to maybe better the future. Who knows? Anyways, good old marijuana. Can you believe that it's come this far? 420 is actually like huge selling around the world now more than ever. When so many people back in the day spent copious amounts of years in prison for minor weed offenses. Maybe some of them weren't so minor, but still, there's people that spent their whole life in jail back in the day for having a couple pounds of weed on them. And now we smoke it to cure cancer, not cure cancer, but help with cancer and help with glaucoma and help with so many other things, depression. And now what the funniest thing is like there are more police officers or ex-police officers or police chiefs out there now that own stock or actually own marijuana companies. Fucking biggest hypocritical thing on the entire planet. It really is. But I'm thankful it's legal. Go get them. Oh, and the other thing Buddy did, Elon Musk, he bought every share on was it 420 last year? Yeah, it was. He used 420 in the financial terms to buy Twitter, and when he offered $54.20, 5420 420 to the platform shareholders. There you go. Elon Musk, crazy as the day is long, but richer than you and me and you and you and you and you and you and you combined. Weirdo to the fucking day he'll die, though. How many kids does that guy have? I think him and between him and not Chris Rock. What the hell is that guy's name? The dude that was on the AGT for the longest time as the host or whatever. The guys that got 18, Nick Cannon. Between him and Nick Cannon, their kids are gonna take over the whole entire world. Crazy bastards. Let's get to a couple. I got some photos here. I was talking about the Smashing Pumpkins earlier. I think I brought it up, or maybe I didn't. I can't even remember at this point. It's been a long night. It's been a long day. But Billy Corrigan, greatest. I am such a massive Smashing Pumpkins fan. But I saw this photo yesterday, and it really, really caught my attention. This guy's been troubled his whole entire life. He's made some amazing music his entire life. He's had a weird life. I don't know if you heard his interview lately on Howard Stern a couple weeks ago. I highly recommend you go check it out and listen to it. It just blows my mind that it's come to this for Billy Corrigan, who used to be like the epitome of rock and roll back in the 90s and stuff. And now he looks like a creepy, dirty old man professor that you'd be scared to sit in his class with. Bad picture, bad look. I had to show that because I honestly, true story. Before the show tonight, I probably listened to old school Smashing Pumpkins for like 2+ hours. Obscure shit. Just because I'm so sick of the fucking same monotonous tunes over and over. And I went to the dark side today, and I'm going to do this for the next little while and go sort of deeper into bands I loved, but more so, the stuff that isn't mainstream for sure. And I really enjoyed what I heard from the Smashing Pumpkins, but I didn't really enjoy seeing this creepy picture of this poor dude. Anyways, funny how like he's a massive rock star still to this day and killed it on Howard Stern. They played 3 songs live, but then you see this picture and you go, what the fuck? That's the Smashing Pumpkins, dude. It's a weird world out there. Anyways, who would have ever thought a superstar like this eating chocolate off a spoon at 2-3 years old? Not a drop. I just want to point this out. Chocolate all over my face. Yes. Chocolate all over the spoon. Not a drop of chocolate on those sweet threads, by the way. That's how smart and conscious I was of minding my tidy threads back in the day. Anyways, that's me. Yes, God bless. That's in the same house that the old Sarge and my dad live in to this day, believe it or not. That's old handsome Bonzarelli. And I know, look at Gregory Scott, handsome as can be at 2 or 3. Gregory Scott, handsome as can be at 49 years old. I know. Look, same kid. Okay, way more hair there. Yes. Same handsome face and stuff. Yes. All right, what are we at? 54 minutes. I got to get out of here soon. I've been this show feels like it's dragging on forever tonight. What do I got? I showed that. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Let's play a couple of videos. This one's pretty funny and made me laugh for sure. Animals are the best. They just really are. And if you don't have an animal and you're not down with animals, we'll probably never be friends, and I'll never date you if you don't like animals. So there's that also. But check out this video because it'll definitely make you smile and laugh. Watch this. Hit play, Bondzee. There you go. Like a big boy. Oh.
Want somebody?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he's not happy. Ooh.
Good morning, guys. Mary Beth with Rover's Makeup.
Come say what now? It's right behind. And these guys aren't even scared. Just sitting there. Look at him. Look at. If that was me, I'd be screaming like the biggest schoolgirl. Buddy's laughing his ass off. Look at. I would not be laughing, Buster. Yeah, I'd be doing that. Deep breaths. Calm down. I see nothing funny about this. That bear could have swiped his fucking smiling face off in 2 seconds just like that. Big joke, buddy, eh? Big joke. That bear could have eaten you. What's happened? Lest you think it's a good idea to fly up a tree if a bear's chasing you. No, it ain't. Did you just see that? Anyways, man, that's one of the craziest videos I've ever seen. Bears are a different breed, and I never, ever want to come face to face with one. I don't usually do Dummy of the Week twice a week, but this is too good not to show. I won't really call it Dummy of the Week, but listen, folks, you can judge for yourself. Watch this.
Oh, someone here? It's the officer, Kylie.
Ma'am, I'm Officer Ryan. I'm going to be helping you. I'm going to be trying to help you out, but I need you to stay calm. I'm going to try to pull you the other way. 1, 2, 3. I'm pulling. You're going a little bit.
You're moving.
There we go. Yes,
Here,
sir, that's sexual assault.
Oh, I'm filming the whole thing. Don't worry.
Oh,
1, 2, 3. Pushing you in.
We got out the Pam.
Go in. Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Laid her fat ass down,
okay.
they did.
Okay, now you can maneuver, right?
Couldn't get it out, but I got her
Turn
there.
your body out of oxygen.
Turn your body.
Do you if that was
all right,
me,
there we go. There we go.
You get the other one?
You got it? Okay. 1, 2, 3, keep pulling.
Let's go. Keep dumbing.
Keep going.
Keep dumbing. Move, Kylie, move. Pull, she's out. Oh my God, she's free.
she's all smart. Like, look
Get her out.
How did this happen again? Can you move back?
How did this happen again? Well,
it's the officer,
I just
Kylie.
was like,
ma'am, I'm Officer Ryan. I'm going to be helping you. I'm going to be trying to help you out, but I need you to stay calm. I'm going to try to pull you the other way. 1, 2, 3. I'm pulling. You're going a little bit.
Moving.
There we go. Yes,
Here, I got it.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm filming the whole thing. Don't
Nothing
worry.
like
1, 2, 3. Pushing you in.
That
Go
hard
in,
ass.
yeah. Go. Yeah.
Stuck laundry
Okay.
whatever the
now
hell
you can
that
do
is.
it, right?
All right.
He's
Turn your
running out of
body again.
oxygen.
Turn your body.
Oh man, I gotta stop this video because I just can't. I mean, enough's enough. How stupid do you have to be to throw your fat ass in a washer or dryer or whatever that was? What good could come out of that? What was the purpose of that? I gotta give that girl credit though, because she came out all smiles. I, on the other hand, and it's a big if I have been maybe really fucked up on drugs or booze and I mean really, I just would never do that. But if I did, I would have panicked so fucking bad with my ass stuck out and my one hand waving behind me. I would have freaked. I wouldn't have lasted long enough even for the fat kid spray to come out to butter me up to get my fat ass out. Oh man. I can't even imagine. Again, God bless her. She was all smiles when she got pulled out by the police. Maybe she really liked the old buttocks grabbing by the male police officer there. Who knows? Anyways, what a crazy nightmare. People are really do weird things on this planet, don't they? Before I get out of here, I got to show you this. Did you know that the end of this year, the last day of 2023, will look like this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're welcome. One more time. The end of January 3/1/2023 will be the 12th month, the 31st day of 2023. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Say it with me now. All right, I made a fool out of myself enough tonight. I am getting the holy hell out of here. I got to go to bed. I'm on the road early. Go Leafs, go tomorrow. I mean, listen, it didn't go so well in the first game. Boston Bruins are losing 4-2 right now. Hell yeah. I can't give you the score on the Carolina Islanders game because that cacked out on my other computer here. So listen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining the show. I had a great time tonight. I hope you did too. Some crazy stories, crazy pictures, crazy videos. People out there are fucked up. Folks, if you learned one thing from this show tonight, 2 things. I already told you the one just a minute ago. Do not run up a tree if a bear's chasing you because you're fucked. That bear can get up there 1,000,000 times faster than you, and it will get you. 2, do not, and I don't care how skinny or fat or chubby or sexily chubby you are, your fat ass ain't fitting into a goddamn tub, washing tub or a dryer or whatever the hell that was. Leafs out in 7. I 100% disagree. Chopper, thanks for tuning in as always. But yeah, please, folks, don't go trying to playing hide and seek or fitting in a dryer or whatever the hell she was doing, because it ain't going to end well. Unless you like being groped by a police officer and being sprayed down with a can of snot spam. What's that? Pam. It's embarrassing. I don't think she's ever living that one down. All right. That's it. That's all. Before I get out of here, I got to thank my sponsors. Make sure, folks, please go to www.scrambleclothing.com. That's Scramble with a K. These folks, the owner of this company, he loves golfing. He loves going to the beach, and he loves surfing more than anything in this world. So what did he do? He started his own clothing line. You can get sick hats like this. You can get sick hoodies. There's T-shirts. There's boardies. There's stickers. Anything you want. You can be part of the squad life. Just make sure you go to www.scrambleclothing.com. He's got men's wear. He's got women's wear. He's got children's wear. And like I said, if you're into golf, awesome. They got it all. If you're into surfing, they got it. If you're into the beach, just chilling, hanging out, wanting to look good, they will make you look good. Scramble Clothing, love those guys to death. I love you to death. I love this team to death. Though they're going to be the death of me. Go Leafs, go. Enjoy the playoffs, whatever team you're rooting for. Don't forget, at the end of this year on the last day, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's Bondzee, Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee. Had a blast. Peace and love. I love each and every one of you. It's time to get the hell out of here. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. Peace and love. I got to go. Bye.
What was that?
That was very strange.
It was very weird.
Peculiar.
It was kind of amusing.
Yes, it was rather funny.
It was incredibly funny.
I loved it.
Hilarious. Wonderful.